Hello, this is HBM's Crypto-Corner for Thursday, October 27th, 2016. I realize it's been a long while since I've actually done one of these. I want to apologize, but there just really hadn't been much going on in the Bigfoot world as of late. But we do have some good stuff, not just Bigfoot, but we've got some other stuff to talk about today, so let's get this party started. Since Halloween is this upcoming Monday, and I've kind of developed what you might call an affection for this particular type of creature. It's the Louisiana rougarou, and there are several websites that talk about this Cajun legend. Here's one. The description says the rougarou, alternately spelled as rougarou, or rougarou, and these are the different spellings, is a legendary creature in Laurentian French communities linked to European notions of the werewolf. It's also a variant pronunciation and spelling of the original French loup-garou. So, this is some good stuff. Other stories, this is interesting, range from it being from a headless horseman to something derived from witchcraft. Only a witch can make a rougarou, either by turning themselves into wolves or cursing others with lycanthropy. Well, that's interesting. Right here is about the Louisiana werewolf, the rougarou. Very similar looking creature to the werewolf. Now there are those who think that rougarou also describes a Sasquatch type creature. I don't think so. I think we are talking about some kind of a wolf, a man that turns into a wolf. So, Legends of the Rougarou, the Legend of the Rougarou, right here, a video. And this kind of goes into the origins of what it is, where it comes from and things of that nature. So, I'm not very far from Louisiana either, so this legend is fairly local to where I live. This article goes more into depth about the rougarou. It also mentions the association with the skunk ape or the Honey Island swamp monster. Now, one of the legends is that we're talking about a shapeshifter, something that could shift from human to beast. Then you had this mystery photo that emerged several years ago from DeRidder, Louisiana, the DeRidder Roadkill. Some thought this could be some kind of a strange animal. It could be a rougarou. So who knows? So it's a very strange looking creature, as you can see. But there's all kinds of different legends, and you can see the creature replica figure. Yes. I'm going to be talking about the rougarou figure here in a bit. The two variations that are now available. And here is the rougarou from Creature Replica, the figure. This is the original. Actually, I do have this one, of course. Yes. And we scroll up, and we see... scroll it down again. Yes, look at this. A variant on the rougarou called the Ghost Wolf. And this has just been released last week. It's a variant of the rougarou, repainted, and this was made available at an event called the Rougarou Fest, which was held in Houma, Louisiana last weekend. And it's a limited edition of 500. You probably saw my last video about the Ghost Wolf, so I'm going to be picking up myself one of these next week. I'm looking forward to it. It should be great. But you know, the Rougarou legend, very interesting, very fascinating. Do I know if they're real or not? I have no idea. But still, the fact that we have these creatures which seem to be terrorizing people, these legends are terrorizing people. You know, people need to watch their backs, you know, in the swamps and in the forest areas. More particularly in the swamps, because that's where these creatures frequent the most. They frequent the swamp areas of the sportsman's paradise. Now getting to our favorite hairy hominid or hominoid, Bigfoot, Sasquatch. As you can see, this is a article from KLCC. It's about a 5-minute audio profiling folks such as my good friend Cindy Cadell, or Cindy Rose Cadell. They also talked to a good friend of mine, Joe Beelart. And they do have the what you would call the token skeptic, that being Joe Nickel. Cliff Barrickman is discussed, or he well, doesn't he's not discussed, but he has a quote in this brief audio. Also, we see Gunnar Monson, the proprietor of Sasquatch Coffee. Matter of fact, I think I see Redmond Mullis right there. Not sure where this was. I don't think this was at Beachfoot this year. Looks like it was at another event somewhere. Anyhow, interesting article and an audio, so check it out. Finally, The Atlantic has released an article about why Sasquatch or Bigfoot sightings are so common across cultures, which is interesting. Visions of hairy man-apes speak to something deep in the human psyche. And it's just an interesting article. The author says there he is agnostic on the scientific reality of Bigfoot, though the Florida skunk ape hiding among the cul-de-sacs of suburban Miami seems a tad unlikely. I agree with that. But still, it talks about some of the various representations of possible hairy hominids throughout history and throughout some of your favorite myths and mythology, such as Enkidu, the hairy companion of the epic warrior Gilgamesh, and the Nephilim in the Bible, and things of that nature. Very interesting article. All this is written about in a very excellent book by Dr. Brian Regal called Searching for Sasquatch. I think there are several interesting books on Sasquatch that delve into this, the mythology of things and the history. John Green's Sasquatch the Apes Among Us is one example. He really delved into a lot of the mythology and a lot of the historical aspects of things. So, really great stuff. And guys, that is going to do it for this week's HBM's Crypto Corner. I realize it's a little early, but it's also a little bit late, because it's been a while since I've actually done one of these. But I thought I'd do it on Thursday. By the way, you guys going out on Halloween, be careful. Be extra wary and make sure if you're in costume out in the streets that people can see you. Don't get hit by a car. And happy Halloween. Until next time, y'all be good or be good at it. This has been HBM's Crypto Corner.